Yellowstone Volcano. How the Yellowstone SuperVolcano and National Park is changing right before our eyes. Yellowstone Volcano, located in the U.S. state of Wyoming in the Yellowstone National Park. The national park surrounds the volcano, the supervolcano, one of the 20 in the world, and both are natural formations constantly changing. This by Liam Doyle of Express UK. Donald Trump recently called into question the nature of global warming once again, but the evidence for it is right on our doorstep. The U.S. state of Wyoming changes are brewing in the glorious Yellowstone National Park. Its thriving massive green and brown area is under threat from warming, which could see the entire landscape change in 50 years or so. Recent warnings predict the stunning natural reserve could turn dry and brown. That's a scary prospect for the next generation. But according to experts, these animals and vegetation that live there are under serious threat from the results of global warming. A recent piece from the New York Times, authored by Marguerite Holloway, Director of Science and Environmental Journalism at New York's Columbia University, says the national park will look much different as years go by. In her report, she says changing conditions will mean people born in the next 50 years may see much less verdant and populated Yellowstone than we see today. Holloway said researchers who spent years studying and managing and exploring its roughly 3,400 square miles say that soon the landscape may look totally dramatic, totally different. Over the next few decades of climate change, she says, the country's first national park will look and seem totally different. It'll have increased fires, less deforestation, expanding grasslands, shallower, warmer waterways, and more invasive plants, all of which may alter how and how many animals move through this landscape. Ecosystems are always in a flux, but climate change is transforming habitat so quickly that many plants and animals may not be able to adapt well or not at all. Yellowstone's ecosystem is under threat from annual increases in temperature every year since 1948, Holloway says, and this discovery has led researchers to find winter is both shorter and it's less cold than it was before in this area. Snow falling in the region is vital to the Yellowstone ecosystem, and scientists fear the gradual decline of snowfall will make the area less habitable. Now, how could Yellowstone change? Now known as one of the USA's most beautiful national parks, the green and white of Yellowstone could soon become dry and yellow. Because of less rain and snow, the national park could mean the area is subject to massive fires, like at the end of the 20th century. We did see massive fires there. As these changes come in, animal behavior is also likely to change as warmer winter weather, hibernating animals may come out earlier. And less rainwater and melting snow would mean volcanic formations and geysers at the site would have less fuel, so eruptions would be less frequent. The Yellowstone National Park website says the forest now dominating this area could make way for dry brush. The warning reads, it could be major landscape change over the long term. Instead of seeing a forest in Yellowstone, you might see a sagebrush prairie. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.